Hello, my name is David Ruben. Welcome to my website. Thank you for watching this video. This video is going to be about driving while suspended or driving while revoked cases or driving without insurance cases in Maryland. Basically, serious traffic offenses other than DUIs. I've been doing these kind of cases in Maryland for 26 years. They are not difficult cases. In most cases, you should have a lawyer with you. In some cases, you probably don't need a lawyer. If you have been charged with one of these offenses, give me a call. And you're looking on my website, obviously. Give me a call. Driving while suspended, typically the most common charge is driving, getting a ticket, getting a speeding ticket, getting a red light ticket, getting talking on the cell phone when you shouldn't be talking on the cell phone ticket, and failing to pay it. Some people don't pay it because they're just lazy and they ignore it. Some people don't pay it because they move and they don't get noticed. Some people don't pay it because they really don't have the money to pay it. Whatever the reason is, after that happens, you're going to get a letter from the MVA that says, hey, you haven't paid your ticket or you haven't gone to court, you missed your court date, we're going to suspend you. For whatever reason, some people, maybe it's you, and everybody has their own reasons. And none of them are good or none of them are bad. It doesn't matter. You are where you are. It's not the end of the world that you were caught driving while suspended. But if you have that, you missed your court date, you are suspended now, what do you do? Well, you're going to have a court date, and the maximum penalty for some driving while suspended is 60 days. That's if you didn't pay a ticket, or if you're suspended for child support, or you got too many points, or you got a DUI, you're looking at a year in jail for driving while suspended. Now, for a first offense driving while suspended in Maryland, are you going to go to jail? In all likelihood, no. Don't let any lawyer tell you that you're going to go to jail for a first offense driving while suspended. Not going to happen, especially in the Baltimore metro area or Prince George's County, Montgomery County. There might be some judges on the eastern shore or the western part of the state, but I don't think so anymore. When I first started practicing, there were rumors that there were judges that put people in jail for those kind of things. I don't think that happens anymore. Why do you call a lawyer? Well, what we can do for you, one, sometimes you can prove that you honestly didn't know or didn't have any reason to know that you were suspended. It happens sometimes. Sometimes people are charged with driving while suspended and they weren't even suspended. Police officer goes back to his or her car, they look on the computer, it says they're suspended, but it's a mistake. They charge you anyway, you prove otherwise, we get the case thrown out. It does happen. Sometimes you didn't know you were suspended. That's sometimes a defense, usually not a defense. People say, well, I moved. Well, the judge is going to say, you probably should have updated your address. Well, my spouse got my mail and they threw it in the trash can. Well, it's sort of your responsibility to get your own mail. Or sometimes people really do. The mail really isn't coming to you for some reason. You can show a letter from the mail person and say, hey, the mail really didn't go this week and this is when it went out. They'll drop the case if that's the case. You got to prove it though. But let's say you knew or you should have known what's going to happen. Most importantly, you want to take care of your license. When you go to court for a driving while suspended, the judge cares about one thing. You're not going to do it anymore. That's all. They don't want you to go to jail. They don't want to lock you up for something like that. They want for it not to happen again. Because you got in trouble, they don't want to see you again. That's how judges are in the state of Maryland anyway. I'm not talking about anywhere else. I just know Maryland because that's where I practice. So if you get your license back before you go to court, preferably like a day after you get pulled over, you're in a much better position. The prosecutors only want you not to do this again. If you've got a horrible record and you keep coming back and back and back, the prosecutor's going to say, I want you to go to jail. The judge might say, I agree, you're going to go to jail. But that means that you're basically getting driving while suspended. You don't care, you're not taking steps, you're doing it again. Now, all judges recognize and all lawyers recognize, sometimes with child support suspensions, it's really hard. Or even regular suspensions, because we're in this quandary. We have to drive a lot of times because we have to get to work. We have to go to work to get money to pay our obligations. If we can't drive, we can't get our money, and then we can't get ourselves out of this situation and get our license back. So we deal with that a lot, and judges are very understanding. You need a good lawyer, somebody that's been in front of the judges, been in all these courtrooms, knows what the prosecutors want to hear, so that we can present the case properly and get you the best result possible. So if you've been driving while suspended or driving while revoked, which means you lost your license entirely, which means we're going to say you need to take steps to get your license back before you go to court, or if you didn't have insurance, you need to get insurance before you go to court. A lot of times with driving without insurance cases, we can get those dropped. Give me a call if you have one of those. But we call these the serious traffic cases other than DUI. If you've been charged with any of them, we do that a lot. and I'll be happy to help you. We don't charge a lot of money for those cases. We will work out a payment plan with you. Give me a call at the office, shoot me an email. Be happy to set up a free consultation on any kinds of those cases.